What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blueblood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, as I predicted, and I told you guys that 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who currently is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, widely considered to be the face of the sport of boxing, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez, 58 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach, is heading into a showdown with British super middleweight title contender in John Ryder. Okay, as I told you guys, I predicted and I told you guys, Canelo Alvarez, he's going to be facing John Ryder next. John Ryder is 32 wins, 5 losses, no draws. 18 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out. 34 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, I told you guys that Canelo Alvarez was going to face off against John Ryder in his next fight. And now it has lightly been confirmed that Canelo Alvarez in May will be facing John Ryder. What is shocking is that Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, he stated in an interview he stated that the fight could possibly take place in the UK, that he had a conversation with Eddie Reynoso, and Eddie Reynoso stated that he's more than willing to go to the UK and fight John Ryder. They're willing to fight in the UK, he stated, in the United States, wherever. Okay, Canelo Alvarez just wants to fight the best. And then he stated that in September, they have a rematch clause, okay, that undefeated WBA light heavyweight world champion, Russian superstar boxer Dmitry Bivol, who is 21 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 32 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. They have a rematch clause that Dmitry Bivol shockingly has to honor. This is what Eddie Hearn stated, that Dmitry Bivol is going to have to honor that rematch clause with Canelo Alvarez in September. Okay, they have some wording in the contract that's going to permit Canelo Alvarez to get this rematch with Dmitry Bivol in his next fight. Okay, in September, should I say? And Eddie Hearn, he then goes on to say, in response to the World Boxing Council, better known as the WBC, President Mauricio Suleiman, board of 32 members, ordering Canelo Alvarez to face the winner of David Benavidez and Caleb Plant fight. And he stated that he sees no reason as to why Canelo Alvarez will have to fight Caleb Plant, seeing as though he knocked out Caleb Plant, dropped him a few times, and beat him for undisputed, which I understand that. But then he says, you know, this is the biggest fight in the career of David Benavidez, and he needs to do more before he's deserving of a fight with Canelo Alvarez. As Eddie Reynoso, who's the manager, trainer, and he's a manager and trainer and mentor to Canelo Alvarez, like a brother, to Canelo Alvarez. So he stated that Eddie Reynoso has no interest in David Benavidez fight. Okay. And this year they're tied up unless it's the end of the year. Well, next year, it'll be 2023. So May of 2023, Canelo's going to fight John Ryder. September of 2023, he's going to fight Dmitry Bivol. And in that case, you know, should it be present itself, then he'll fight David Benavidez at the end of the year if David Benavidez beats Caleb Plant. Now, the WBC ordered this fight. You saw Samson Likovic. He pleaded with the WBC to let them know, to make sure they enforce Canelo Alvarez to have to fight David Benavidez. You can hear at the WBC convention, Samson Likovic is telling Eddie Reynoso, he's telling Mauricio Suleiman and the board to make sure they uphold and stand on their square and order this fight. Should David Benavidez be victorious for Canelo Alvarez in David Benavidez fight. And Mauricio Suleiman, he just swore to Samson. He even got frustrated. He got annoyed, and he told Samson, all right, we heard you. No, we're gonna honor it. We're gonna enforce it. No, they're not. It's going to be a case of David Benavidez should he be victorious against Caleb Plant, which is no guarantee. David Benavidez is going to have to wait for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is going to petition the WBC to let them know he had a rematch clause with Dmitry Bivol. He's going to go up to 175 to challenge Dmitry Bivol's seat. Now, another thing that Eddie Hearn had stated was that Dmitry Bivol wanted to come down to 68 and challenge Canelo for undisputed at 68, become an undisputed 2-division champion because he wants to fight and beat Canelo at 68, then go back up to 75 and fight Benavidez sometime in late 2023, if not early 2024, for undisputed at light heavyweight. Benavidez is a fight that Dmitry Bivol wants right now, but Benavidez has a mandatory he has to honor in Anthony Yard. Okay, so he's not going to be available. He has to honor his fight with Anthony Yard, and then he has Ramadan, so he's not going to be available. So Dmitry Bivol could face, Eddie Hearn said, Caleb Smith, or some other names, Buatsi, as opponents for Dmitry Bivol, to stay active. He just honored his mandatory for the WBA, which was Zordo Ramirez, okay? So he honored that and dominated Zordo Ramirez, and so he's the champion. He don't have a mandatory, so he can volunteer to fight whomever, whenever he so chooses. So I told you guys that if John Ryder beat Zach Parker, that John Ryder was going to be the chosen opponent for Canelo Alvarez, and now it has been confirmed. As I told you guys that Canelo Alvarez and his team was saying that because he had the injuries, the hand injury and the shoulder injury, that's the reason why he didn't perform up to his standards. Excuse me. He didn't perform up to his standards with Dmitry Bivol and the Triple G fight, and that's due to the injury. They want to make sure in his next fight, coming back from surgery, that he's 1,000% healthy, gets the ring rust off, and then goes into a big name fight. So they want to go into a fight with John Ryder, possibly in the UK, knock off some of the quote unquote rust, then go back into the rematch with Dmitry Bivol. I believe that these are just confidence boost type fights. The Triple G fight was to get Canelo Alvarez's confidence back on track, and the John Ryder fight in front of the UK fans, 1,000 UK fans screaming, hooting and hollering, and possibly in the stadium because they never seen Canelo Alvarez over there at this level. And he knocks him out. His confidence is back up, and then he goes into a rematch with Dmitry Bivol, okay? And he's going to plead with the WBC to allow it. They're going to allow it, okay? And Canelo Alvarez is going to lose again to Dmitry Bivol because it's a terrible style matchup. Dmitry Bivol's confidence is at an all-time high. The performance he put on Zordo Ramirez was shocking, to say the least. The performance he put on Canelo before that was surprising to many, including myself. But the performance he put on against Zordo Ramirez was a confirmation, in my opinion, to his skill set, his dominance, and just exactly what he brings to the ring. And he's just too tall, too big, too rangy, and too skilled for Canelo Alvarez. It's just a bad style matchup. I liken it to Shane Mosley fighting Winky Wright, where Winky Wright's style and his size and his length and his ability to box was just too much for Shane Mosley to overcome. I think, and he beat Shane Mosley twice. I think we have the same type of scenario on our hands with Dmitry Bivol and Canelo Alvarez. I just think that he's just too big, too skilled, too talented, high ring IQ, too fundamentally sound. Canelo's size disadvantage, his arm reach, his slow feet is just too much to overcome against Dmitry Bivol, so he'll lose again in September, okay? But he will still be the undisputed champion. He'll come back down, and he's still got mega fights to make, possibly against David Benavidez. Now it look like Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade going to fight, so the winner of that fight is going to kick up dust for an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez and mandatory and things of that nature. But as I told you guys, Canelo Alvarez is going to fight John Ryder in May, and that's what you're going to get. And then he's going to fight Dmirty Bivol. He's going to petition Dmirty Bivol, and he's going to petition the WBC to allow him to go into a rematch. And they're going to use the fact that Canelo Alvarez had an injury, hand injury. He already had a rematch clause in his contract for Bivol. He just couldn't honor it because of the injuries. And they're going to give him a pass instead of having him fight the winner of Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, point blank and period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.